My. Hello and welcome to the SC Paderborn Knows Even English podcast. Well, what just happened then? Still kind of getting my head around what we just watched. It's just finished here. Well, I say here. It's just finished at the Hamburger Arena. Paderborn 2-0, 2-0 victory over Hamburg SV. What a result. What a result. And I thought, yeah, let's get the microphone on and let's just discuss this because that is a huge win for Paderborn. Let's not beat around the bush, as you may have heard that English term before. Let's just recognize how big that was for Paderborn. Wow, incredible! Filip Bilbija with the first goal on 15 minutes, completely deserved. We were we were completely dominating them in the first 15 minutes, and yeah, well deserved goal to start us off. And then Joker Grimaldi once again from the bench, incredible. Grimaldi just yeah, crazy player from the bench. Like he just keeps doing it. He keeps coming on and scoring huge goals. Scores on the 84th minute, and that was the game. That was the punch right there for Paderborn. Wow, Paderborn. Then I'm still getting my head around it. And I'm still trying to think what just happened. Paderborn up to fourth in the league, 41 points after 24 matches. They go one behind Hamburg in first. Hamburg currently tied with Kaiserslautern in first and second. Paderborn are tied with Magdeburg. They've got a worse goal difference by 5 goals. Magdeburg have scored the most goals in the league this season, so it's pretty clear why they're got a good goal difference compared to us. But yeah, we're right there. We're 1 point behind the first place, but I don't know. To me, it wasn't even about the 3 points today. It was obviously about the 3 points in terms of getting them. And obviously, I said in the preview that we need to start being selfish now and obviously hoping that we win these games and how big these games can be. They're 6 pointers in a sense because if you lose, then you're kind of further away. Where if you win, you're closer. I think Hamburg came to grab the point today. I think they would have been very, very happy with that. But look, we did what we had to do, and I thought it was an absolutely incredible performance. And I think we should start with that. Obviously, it's a huge win, and we'll get to that, and we'll kind of get to where it leaves us and stuff like that. But I thought the performance was top class. I honestly did. I thought we were incredible from pretty much minute one in this game. We were really, really good from the beginning, and yeah, we really were. You wouldn't have thought it was what, fifth at the time versus first. It was very much we were on the front foot in the game. And yeah, I was very, very pleased with the performance, and ultimately that's what I was looking for, as well as the result as well. We saw a good sort of 70 minutes against Hanover. The first 20 minutes were very, very nerve wracking, and the guys seemed nervous and this and that. But I thought today we saw a complete performance from minute 1 to minute 96, 97. The guys really did put it all out on there, and yeah, completely deserved the 3 points. I think it would have been harsh if we got less than that. I honestly do. It'd be interesting to see what Lucas Kwasniok says and Politzin, the Hamburg coach, says on that. But yeah, I suppose we should maybe kind of go through the game as it was then. So we should probably discuss the starting 11 first. Now, by the way, this is instant reaction. There's no preparation to this. I'm just winging it, to be honest, with what I've just seen and kind of instant thoughts. So yeah, Manu Riemann was back in the starting 11 between the sticks. Lucas Kwasniok said all week it was crystal clear who was going to be in goal. Obviously, Riemann coming off his 3-match suspension for the straight red card against Greuther Fürth. So, it was either him or Schubert, and Kwasniok said it was crystal clear. Riemann was the first sort of choice goalkeeper throughout training. So it seemed pretty clear, and even the Paderborn media, the NW and WB kind of realised that. And that was true. The 3 chain was Hofmeier, Goetze, and Brackelmann. Brackelmann did have to go off injured. We'll get to that in a little bit. Then the middle 4 was Obermeier, Scheller, Melem, Zenter. And then the front 3 was Bilbija, just behind Tejo and Ilias Anza on the bench for Paderborn. There were only 7 players on the bench for Paderborn today. By the way, you can have a maximum of 9. Now the under 23s, under 21s, under 23s were playing, and I actually don't know the score, so I'll get that to you now. It's currently 2-2 on 85 minutes. So by the end of this podcast, we'll have a result of that game. They're against Gütersloh, who are just below them in the table. Actually, they're tied on points right now in the Regionalliga West. Jascha Brandt got a goal on 3 minutes. They scored twice to make it 2-1, and then Ulrich Langfeld scored to make it 2-2. And so we'll get a result on that. But yeah, the point I'm making is the under 21s were playing so at the same time. So Paderborn kind of had less substitutions. Obviously, Plata, Engels out injured, so they would have been the extra 2 on the bench, or vice versa, for example. But yeah, the team was what it was. If you look at Hamburg's sort of starting 11, then Hoy Fernandez in goal. They run a back 4: Muheim, El Fadi, Hadski Kaunich, Mikkel Brengstich, Rice in the middle with Meffert and Karabek. And then the front 3, Dompe, Davy Selke, we'll get onto him, and Zatini as well for them. So yeah, I suppose we should just sort of go through the game as it was, using Kicker to sort of help me with the specific moments of the game. But yeah, it was a very quiet opening 10 minutes. I thought Paderborn were very decent in the first 10. Obviously, you know what the first 10 is like in these sort of big games. It's very much both teams feeling each other out sort of thing. But the first good chance for us came on 11 minutes. It was a really good chance, actually, from Anzenta. It was Ilias Anza who found him to the left, but yeah, Zento was getting in those positions very often on that left wing, where he was sort of one-on-one. Well, sort of one-on-one, I mean, you know, to the left side of the penalty area, where he just sort of cuts it across him, but it went wide. And then there was a goal on 15 minutes. It was an incredible, well-worked finish from Paderborn. Ilias Anza, who was playing a striker, you know, we know his ability and why Lucas Kwasniok trusts him on the wing. It was a fantastic cross from his outside of the foot. Found Casper Tejo, and then Tejo sort of heads the ball inside, and Filip Bilbija was where he was and where he was supposed to be, in the middle of the goal. And fantastic header from close range. The ex-Hausfeld player scored. I think he scored twice in the reverse game in Hamburg, and yeah, good header. And I think it was very much kind of deserved. It was a close start to the game, but you know, I think in the end we probably edged it in that aspect. But yeah, I would kind of, you know, judge that it was a deserved start for us, and obviously huge. You know, I mentioned in the preview like how many times we kind of go behind in games. You know, we were 1-0 back, 1-0 down in that stage of the game last week against Hanover. So it was obviously pretty critical for us to finally score that first goal in a game. You know, where it's been such an issue for us to try and do that. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the attack momentum graph on SofaScore, which I find a really, really good feature of that, you know, our goal kind of came at a moment where we were very much on the attack and creating good chances. And yeah, I thought, you know, very well. Very nice ball in from Ilias Anza, and yeah, very good header from Filip Bilbija. Hamburg did have a few chances after that, to be honest. You know, it's a good team. They're top of the table. They've got the best goal difference in the league. They've been on fire at the moment. You know, it's obviously not going to be like this game where we absolutely dominate. And from minute 1 to minute 97, you kind of base your judgment on performance of who you're playing. And I suppose this is why against the Ulm and the Munster, where we got victories, but we weren't, you know, great, you can kind of base your performance on the opposition that you're playing. But Paderborn were doing just enough. You know, we knew we had to be in defensive moments in the game. We knew we had to defend well. We knew we were going to get in difficult situations that, look, it was going to be hard to defend in some moments. But, you know, if you get through those and you get through those moments and you defend well, that is part of the good performance. And it was definitely a really, really good thing. I thought all phases of the game, you know, when you look at kind of the defensive side, if you kind of split it up, the goalkeeper you can start with, Riemann had a player of the match performance on FOTMob and SofaScore. Then you look at the defense, you know, some key blocks. Felix Gertz's diving header. I can remember it was 2-0 at that point, but like still, saving goals there, saving good chances. Midfield, I thought we were really, really good in midfield. I will discuss a little bit more about midfield when we talk about Santi Castaneda, also Mattis Hansen as well. But I thought midfield was really good. I thought Marvin Mellon was great. Fantastic at getting into his own sort of space in there, and then Paderborn defenders finding him, and that kind of beat the press of Haasfoul. And then attack, obviously, Ilias Anza assist, Casper Tejo. Well, I say Ilias Anza assist, a pre-assist sort of thing. The third sort of phase of that. Tejo doing the right thing, getting it across goal, and then Bilbija being right in the right position. All key aspects of the game, and obviously, it's fine. It's finite details in these sort of matches. It's kind of like it's you have to get the key small details correct, and I thought this is probably one of the best games I've seen Paderborn play under Lukas Kwasniok from minute 1 to minute 97. I thought in all phases of the game. But yeah, getting back to where I was, Hamburg were going to have chances, and obviously when you have a top scorer you're facing, we've seen it many times, it only takes them one chance to score. But first it was Selke with his first chance on 20 minutes. Shot from an acute angle on the right side of the penalty area, missed the net. But yeah, a bit of dominance from Haasfoul at this moment. But like we said against Hanover, when Hanover scored the first goal and we had to go through that phase of defending, that was tough. Obviously tough to get through and difficult moments of the game, but you can also attribute that to the good performance overall because you got through those moments, right? It doesn't a good performance to me, and this might be, some people might disagree. A good performance to me is, look, get through your phases of the game in the minute details and score, Filip Bilbija, and then look, it's going to be a boxing match. You're not going to completely dominate Hamburg from minute 1 to minute 97. It's just not going to happen in any game. Paderborn were very near to perfected, I thought, in terms of like the way they played and the way they kind of control the game in the moments. But when Haasfoul are going to have those moments, and they did, you have to get through them, and you have to create. You have to make decisions. You have to make good blocks. You have to do the dirty work, as you could probably describe it as. And from minute 20 to minute probably 34, 35, we did that. And we got through that phase. So yeah, there were a few more chances for Hamburg. 22 minutes, Selke header. It's kind of a weak header from Davy Selke. Easy catch for Riemann. 24 minutes, Dompe finding Muheim on the left side of the penalty area. Didn't cross very well. 28 minutes, Karabek shot from edge of the box was blocked. Another moment, you can attribute that to good performance. It all adds up to victories and points. 30 minutes, corner for Haasfoul, Muheim, Selke missed with the header. But yeah, Hamburg were very much kind of the last phase was missing, and I tell you, the minute details. Paderborn were winning on the minute details in the first half, especially, like getting through those moments. Kind of a big chance for them on 34 minutes. This is where Brackerman went down injured, and he was in a foot race with Dompe, and it just seemed like his hamstring or somewhere in the upper sort of leg area, on the back of the leg, was kind of injured. He lost a foot race with Dompe, which not many people are going to win a foot race with Dompe, but yeah, you don't want probably one of your slowest defenders in the foot race with Dompe, obviously. Selke was in the middle. Dompe found him, kind of free on his own. Should have scored. Riemann with a good save, and then kind of went under Riemann, but he got enough on it that it slowed the ball down. And Arenzento was in the right place to clear the ball off the line. It wasn't very much off the line, I'm not saying he cleared it literally off the line, but it was bouncing in the goal, and Zenta had enough space and enough time to get it away. But once again, big save from Riemann. Where was Arenzenta? He was there. The minute details of what helped Paderborn win this game and what helped them get the clean sheet. When was the last time Haasfoul didn't score in a game? I'll tell you that right now because I'm going to have a look. I don't remember. Many, many, many games ago. Last time they didn't score in a game was I'm still going back. Still going back. Was Hannover 96 on August the 23rd, Matchday 3. That was the last time Hamburg didn't score a goal in a game. Crazy. Paderborn were the first team since Matchday 3 to limit Hamburg to 0 goals in a match. And I'm pretty sure that's right because I've looked through all the games and I can't see any goals for Hamburg. Any no more goals sort of games, if you know what I mean. Yeah, first team since Matchday 3, by the way. Wow. Yeah, key moments. Brackelman had to go off. Santiago Castaneda was on for him, so that meant Chuck Scheller went back in the defence, and Santiago Castaneda was in midfield with Marvin Melem. And then we kind of got back into the game. Honestly, we did after that goal. Good chances for Zelka again, but like I said, good chances. It were kind of half chances, and Zelka just wasn't doing enough to get the ball in the back of the net. And we had a good chance. Well, I said good chance. 45 minutes. Obermeier's set piece cleared away. Bilbija's long range shot went over. Zenta tried again from distance, went over on 45 plus 3. But yeah, if we look at the stats in the first half, that's the end of the first half discussion. The XG 1 to 0.74. Hamburg had 64% possession to 36%. I kind of predicted that in the preview podcast. In terms of shots, 6 for Paderborn, 9 for Hamburg. 1 shot on target for Paderborn, 2 for Hamburg. That 1 shot on target was a big chance for Paderborn, and it was the goal. But yeah, a lot of chances for Paderborn were kind of low XG. Zenta's was probably the best out of any of the chances other than the goal for Bilbija. It was a good effort. Unlucky, it was kind of just wide from Aaron Zenta. It was only 0.05 XG, but he is a left back, so that's something to think about. But yeah, in the next part of the podcast, I'll just have a minute to regroup my thinking cap, and we'll get on to the second half, and then kind of discuss what happened in the Zweite Liga on its own at the end of the podcast, and then we'll kind of talk about what's next for the podcast. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Okay, welcome back to the SC Paderborn Knows Even English podcast. Second half of the game then. First of all, I should mention actually that Markus Schubert was kind of warming up at half time, it looked like, and it seemed to be like an issue with Manu Riemann in the first half. Something wasn't quite right there. I'm not sure, but anyway, Riemann stayed on for the whole game, and I'm sure we'll hear more from Lucas Wozniak, which I will recap next week in the main episode of the podcast, which we'll get to there. So yeah, the second half began with Filip Bilbija, kind of went arm first into El Fadli, in an aerial duel, so that was a yellow card. But yeah, if we kind of discuss the Sofa score kind of momentum chart here, attack momentum is what they call it. We kind of see that the second half was very much us, which, you know, when you 1-0 up against Haasval, you expect to be very much dominated in the second half, especially with how good Haasval are playing at the moment, you know, in recent form and stuff like that. But we were at home, and that's what I kind of said to you in the preview. We're at home, so let's be a bit selfish. Let's try and control the game even more. Let's try and, you know, be ourselves in these kind of phases. And the game was perfectly set up for us to do that. We were very, very good at getting through the Haasval press. I thought we were very good at breaking up Haasval's kind of build-up play. I thought we were very good at pressing today. I don't know the exact statistics on that, to be fair. But look, I do know that very, very likely that we won on the distance, which I can actually double check now. I should have got that ready. But yeah, we were just being annoying. We were just being really annoying, and that's what we're very good at. And when you 1-0 up, it's also probably easy for you to do that in this case. But yeah, I think we can get the statistics on the distance here. Yeah, oh my word. We ran 11 kilometers more than Haasfowl. That is not a shock. What a team. That is not a shock. And I knew the distance stats were going to be crazy different. And that just shows you. 11 kilometres is like an extra player on the pitch. Lucas Kosniak must be looking at that and thinking, that is huge. Just what an effort. Just what an effort from the guys. You know, that they're the stats that you kind of just don't realise until you look at them. Now, I had an idea that we ran more than them because I knew we were just being annoying and the pressing was good and we were there every moment of the game where they were trying to play out and we were just making them uncomfortable. And when you make a team uncomfortable, they play worse. It's simple as that. It's not rocket science there. When you make a team uncomfortable and you push them into situations that they don't know what to do or they have to play long, that's where we're good. I mean, you know, we lost on the duels today in terms of overall, and we lost on the aerial duels overall as well. But look, we were there or thereabouts. You know, 46% for us, 54% for Hamburg. You know, long balls, they were 60% on long balls, which we were pushing them into doing them more often than they wanted to probably do them. You know, and stuff like that. And yeah, we had pretty much 20 more touches than them in the penalty area. What was the possession difference? You know, we were very, very efficient, and that's one thing that a Lucas Kwasniok team has given you. Simple as that, efficiency. And when you're when it gives you overall game efficiency, but you have to be efficient in front of goal, which we very much were in this game. And by the way, we're joint best defense in the league. Second best, defense in the league. Hanover have obviously got the best defense and have done for some time, but we're joint with we're second. Yeah, we're second best defense in the league. Us. That's good. But yeah, let's get back to the live ticker then. We should have scored a second goal on 54 minutes. Absolutely. Should have scored a second goal on 54 minutes. Again, Aaron Zenta, too much space on the left. Hits the post. Really good attempt. I think Hoyer Fernandez got a touch on it, it looked like from the replay. Really good chance there. The resulting corner, Goetze headed it into Scheller, I think it was. Good chance again. Goetze kind of peeled off so that the corner was from the far side from the cameras. And Goetze kind of peeled off to the near side and got a header on the back stick. But it hit Scheller. Could see they were trying to do that. They've definitely analysed that, I think, on Haasfal's corners. After that, Haasfal made a sub. Fabio Balde came on for Zahiti. And then Adam Karabek with a yellow card. It was Zento who fouled. Kasper Tejo, deliberate handball, pretty much straight after the fizz of the Karabek yellow. Got a yellow card for that. And then we had a penalty on 68 minutes, but we didn't have a penalty on 68 minutes. It was Kasper Tejo, who was, again, good today, I thought. Put it past Muheim in the penalty area. Got some contact on him, which was given as a penalty, and it was a penalty. Well, let's be honest, the kind of contact part of it. But then, yeah, VAR looked, and it was just offside for Kasper Tejo, which was unlucky. Could have been the game over there. I think it would have been either Bilbija or Obermeier with the penalty kick. But that was the last action for Kasper Tejo. And Bilbija as well, actually. And then Lucas Kwasniok decided to bring on some experience in Grimaldi and Michel, who he has done the last game as well. And I agree with the subs. I thought the subs were good. I thought Tejo and Bilbija have done well. You know, you've got to realise how much distance these guys have ran. I mean, I'm not sure if it'll tell me on the Bundesliga app, actually, how much distance run for the two guys. But look, clearly a lot in the case. But yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, you're bringing on fresh legs, bringing on experience, you know, in these big games where you're 1-0 up against Haasfal and you're bringing on Michel and Grimaldi, probably two of your oldest players in your team. For the experience, and they've been through these moments and trying to get the guys, and especially the young guys, through it. But after the subs, Anza had a shot on the edge of the box, which was deflected. Zenta with a cross to Grimaldi, of course. Who else? But yeah, kind of a poor header from Grimaldi in this case, and Hoy Fernandez grabbed the ball. Double change came for Haasvau. Königsdörfer was on for Karabek, who was on a yellow card, and Marco Judge was on for Jonas Meffert. And then Paderborn made a double change themselves as well. Lauren Kerder coming on for Jack Scheller, who looked to be injured. So kind of difficult to have two defenders injured. But I'm not sure Scheller's injury was as bad as what Calvin Brackelman had. And then Mattis Hansen was on for Marvin Melem in the end there. So, yeah, so there was a good chance actually for Haasvau just before our goal on 77 minutes. It was Zelke who found Dompe on the left side of the penalty area, and he hit the crossbar. Very good chance. And you thought, ooh, we're going to concede here. But look, you need some luck as well in these games. I know I was speaking about the kind of minute details and the sport and the small details in these matches, and that's true. But you also need some luck as well. And I think Hamburg got some luck themselves. You know, they survived the penalty because of a offside. Aaron Zenta hit the post. You know, they did have some luck as well, Hamburg, so it wasn't just us in that case. 79 minutes, Obermeyer had a free kick from about 21 metres. 21 metres, I would probably say it was, something like that. It wasn't. It was close enough to shoot, but he missed the right side of the goal. Good chance, but yeah. And then the second goal for Paderborn came, and that was the knockout punch for Paderborn. Adriano Grimaldi from the joker position on the bench, off the bench. Brilliant run from Milias Anza. Made a great run down the right-hand side. Good pass to Grimaldi. Scored from close range. Simple as that. And it should have been 3. Should have been 3 straight after. Michel to Grimaldi. Header from Grimaldi and a good save from Hoy Fernandez, who, yeah, could have been 3 for Paderborn there. And then that was pretty much it. We actually had more of the chances in the end of the game. They were pushing, of course. Hamburg were pushing, but we, except from the Felix Goetze kind of diving header from the Dompe effort, there was a good chance at the end for Sven Michel. Zenta, who missed very quite badly wide. But I think Zenta had about 3 shots in the game, which was nice. But yeah, 3 points for Paderborn. There's not much else to say except a really, really good performance. A huge win. Like, simply put, huge win. We have to remember these things that, look, there's still 10 games to go in this season, and there's still a lot of football left, and we have to remember that, 10 times 3 is 30 points. 30 points to go. If Paderborn were to win every single game, they'd be on 71 points in the season. So there's still a lot of football to be played. That's, nearly double what we have right now. I know it doesn't seem like it because it'd be 82 points if we double it, but it's not too far off, you know what I mean? That's kind of the point I'm making there. So yeah, Paderborn up to 4th. Magdeburg did win against Darmstadt, I believe. So Magdeburg still stay ahead of Paderborn, and they won by 4-1 in the end, I think it was. So they're plus 15 goal difference. We still have Magdeburg to play at the Home Deluxe Arena. So yeah, look, we finished with Hamburg now. We can't kind of influence Hamburg anymore. But when you look ahead, you look above you. You've got Magdeburg. You're going to play them very, very close to the end of the season. You're going to play Kaiserslautern in a few weeks. 2 weeks, I think. Maybe even 3. Then you look below you. FC Köln lost. You're going to play them again. Elversberg. Not sure you're going to play them. I think you are actually going to play them at the Home Deluxe Arena, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, Elversberg are only 2 points off us. Dusseldorf, 7th. You're going to play them again. And the rest, you can kind of say Hanover is still in it. But the rest, look. There's only 2 teams out of those that I've not mentioned those that I've mentioned that you've already played in the second half of the season. That's Haasvau and Hanover. And you got 4 points out of that. It's pretty good. So let's discuss what happened this weekend in the Zweite just to finish off the instant reaction podcast. And I will get to some more deep discussions on the season overall in the weekly show, which will be a bit shorter this week because we're doing this. And to be honest, I had to do it, didn't I? I couldn't not pick up the microphone and do this. So Matchday 24 then. The key games for us, Fortuna Düsseldorf lost against Greuther Fürth. Good. 2-1 to Fürth in the end. Kaiserslautern beat Regensburg 3-0. Pretty simple win for them. Kaiserslautern bounced back after losing to Haasfall by some distance in that game. Hanover still in it, you could say. They won against Nuremberg. FC Köln were defeated in the top spiel against Karlsruhe 1-0. So they're down to 5th with our victory. Magdeburg won 4-1 against Darmstadt. They were down for such a long period of the game as well. Fraser Hornby with a goal in 29 minutes for Darmstadt, giving them 1-0 lead. But it took 56 minutes for Magdeburg to score for the 1-1, and the game was very much out of Darmstadt's reach. After that, they scored another 3 goals in the game. And Elversberg, they're still in it. They won 4-0 against Hertha BSC today. Elversberg just 2 points behind us. Very much in the fight still, so you can't forget about them. Let's kind of have one last final discussion on this 5-match stretch. We're 2 out of 5 games in now. We've still got to play Regensburg, Köln, and Kaiserslautern. I'll double check which way around that goes. I think it's Kaiserslautern, then Köln, but I could be completely wrong. Yes, that's correct. It's Kaiserslautern, then Köln in this 5-game stretch. I said 8 points would be a minimum. Well, you got 4 points, haven't you? You have got 4 points there. 4 more to go out of 3 games. You should probably get 3 against Regensburg. Now, look, we know our record in Regensburg is not good. To say the least, we've lost the last 2 away games in Regensburg 1-0. The last 3 games in Regensburg 1-0, sorry. And then the game before that was 2-0 defeat. So we've never won in the Zweite Liga against Regensburg away from home. Is that what I'm seeing? I think I am. Yeah. Like I said, you should win that game. If you don't, you kind of look at this game as like redundant. What was the point of winning when you don't win the next? But yeah, you should win. You should get 3 points against Regensburg. Then you're on 7 points out of 9 with Kaiserslautern and Köln at home. I think we can hit more than 10 points here. We should hit more than 10 points here from now. Look, if we play like how we did today against Kaiserslautern and Köln, I genuinely think we can get minimum 4 points from those 2 games. Just win your next game against Regensburg. It's a tough game next week because we have such a difficult record in Regensburg and there's that history surrounding it, but they're bottom of the table. They just lost 3-0 against Kaiserslautern. Have to win. Simply put, have to win. But again, the games against the Regensburgs are the games which puts you in position for the promotion. The big games against the teams against Haasfall, Köln, and Kaiserslautern put you in the Bundesliga. That's the difference between these games. So if you don't win the games against Regensburg, you're not put in the position for promotion unless you have a crazy record against the top 8, 9, which everyone beats everyone. We should have beaten Hanover, we didn't. So you get a point there, but you then win against Hamburg and Regensburg, and it looks certainly like 7 points out of 9 is a fantastic result there. So yeah, my overall kind of thinking from now is win against Regensburg, 7 points out of 9. You've got 6 points to play for in the next the 2 after that, and you should probably get 4 points minimum if you play like you are. We're basing my opinion on what I'm seeing from this team, and that was a fantastic performance today against Haasfall. And certainly enjoy it, everyone. These are the highs of football, of being a football fan. Winning against the best teams in the league and playing really well. Enjoy it. Remember, it is a week-to-week league in this Zweite Bundesliga. The highs are not too high, and the lows are not too low as well. So we got to regroup. Head to Regensburg next Sunday. Yeah, a week from now, and hopefully grab 3 points and put some pressure on the rest. Well, I say put some pressure like we're not playing in the last slot of the weekend. I mean, yeah. Keep the momentum going is what I should probably say, and head towards the next games against Köln and Kaiserslautern. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Next week, I'll be back on Wednesday to kind of recap what I've just mentioned, kind of go through more deeper. We'll look towards the next week of Zweite Liga action and also look ahead to Regensburg. Thank you all for listening. If you did enjoy, please do considering to, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on podcast apps, rate, review, and subscribe. Share it if you did enjoy and want to share it. It would mean a lot to me. And yes, we'll be back next week to discuss Happy Victory Sunday? I don't know. Enjoy, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Bye.